So, John, let me ask you, why was Natasha so like serious about keeping this secret from everyone else that her and Dave hooked up? I know that she had a boyfriend when they first hooked up, but she's not with that guy anymore. Like, do you think that matters?
No, well, probably because I think that there's probably like a timeline there. There's like a sensitivity. So it does seem like she hooked up with Dave while she was with her ex or like as things were ending, right? And so
Yeah,
like I could imagine, like if you're with somebody for 4.5 years, like you meet their family, you like, you build relationships there. And then for it to come out on national TV that you actually hooked up with a guy before you ended things, like it leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth about you, and so I could see why she would want to keep it hush.
yeah. No, no, you're right. That's because like yeah, there's the guilt, but also you don't want to embarrass your ex-boyfriend on TV. Yeah. Okay, I do get it. Yeah. Dave wasn't into that though. I don't.
Well, here's the thing. You look at Dave, who's a good looking guy, but then you look at Natasha and you're like, if I'm Dave and I'm hooking up with Natasha, I'm shouting it from the rooftops, man. I mean, like, right? It's tough for him to keep it in. Plus, either he like didn't want to keep lying or was just like uncomfortable with it or he was just over it. But like, while I do understand Natasha maybe asking him to keep it under wraps, like that's also not his job. Like he can try it, but like he's not like I mean I think he knew the jig was up, right? That guy stinks at lying.
He's so bad at it. I
Sucks.
never tell that guy a secret. And
No.
yeah, John, you're right. He doesn't care about this other guy's feelings.
I mean, he cares about Natasha's feelings, but like at the end of the day, what are they really like prolonging here? Like they like each other, they want like they're gonna start dating. I mean, but it was just pretty evident that like no one was believing this guy, and all he was doing was just gonna like make everyone kind of like not trust him.
If I'm Natasha's boyfriend, I'm more mad now. I'd rather like the fact that she tried to keep it a secret for a minute and then had it come out like this. This is way worse
Yeah, it's
than
not
just like
great.
being upfront with everyone like as soon as they got on the boat. Yeah. This is a little similar. Below Deck Med season 2, not to bring it up again, but Adam and Malia had hooked up during their like yacht training, but they were keeping that a secret for really no reason.
Right.
And then Malia hooks up with Wes, and like they had no reason to keep it a secret, but they did anyway. And then Malia just hooked up with another guy. So
And
yeah, no,
I also think like you've got this guy Adam, or sorry, you got this guy Dave, who's like a lot of these people have never been on camera before, right? And
yeah,
so all of a sudden you've got this guy lying to people when like he's on camera. So he's already acting weird. Plus, he's already had a couple shots. He's already had a couple drinks. Like it's yeah, it's not a good look for him. But at the same time, like I don't blame him for just being like, listen, I'm under a ton of stress with this job, being on TV. If I do bad, everybody in the world's gonna think I'm a bad chef. I can't have this stupid thing about me hooking up with you, but not being able to tell anyone. Um, I kind of don't blame him here. I know he cares for Natasha, probably doesn't want to hurt her feelings, but at the same time, like he's got to do what's best for him.
yeah, and like what he tells Natalia and everyone else, like I want to be in a relationship with her,
Right.
but she doesn't. I think that's more to do with like the whole timeline and her wanting
Right.
to keep things hush hush. But yeah, it's just so evident to everyone. I know like Kyle notices it immediately. Even like Z's kind of grilling him in the cab ride, like, yeah, you and Natasha, you guys like each other, right? So yeah, it was a matter of time. John, anything else from the night out? I liked I liked Natalia and Storm flirting.
I mean, that's gonna happen, right? So you've got Storm, who's really into Australian girls, and you've got Natalia, who I don't know, she seems like a clean freak, but at the same time, she wants the guy that looks like he hasn't bathed in a week.
Yeah. Girls love
So
contradictions. Yeah.
yeah. Now was Storm wearing like some like eye eye cream or something throughout the episode? I feel like there was
Earlier,
some
yes.
yeah.
I
So
thought he had the weirdest sunglass tan ever
that's
for
what
a
I thought
minute.
too.
Yeah. Like he only has this, like it only covers like the bottom of his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he's a skincare guy.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense.
I like how he thinks that like flirting with Australians is way harder than any other nationality.
Right. Oh, you got to be on your A game with Australians. I didn't maybe.
I never had the chance and I never
Yeah.
will, but
Yep. All right, Sean. So I guess we can just kind of go into a little bit of the like finish up with the charter guests. So yeah, they wanted some toys out there. They left a big tip. You know, I mean, these guys were okay, not overly memorable, but left a huge tip. So good in everybody else's eyes, right?
27 grand. Yeah. Oh,
Huge.
that Billy said, he said bon voyage. That's what I do.
Did he? Yeah, is he stealing your line?
That's that's my sign off. Yeah.
All right.
I don't gotta write him a cease and desist letter.
There you go.
Can you
all right,
trademark a French term from like 500 years ago? I gotta find that out. But
Yeah. You may be lucky with that. Sean, all right, you want to get into who won, who lost the episode?
let's do it. Here, I'll start. My winner.
Okay.
I picked Kyle because I feel like he's the reason for the tip. He kind of saved the charter just by like with his personality and kind of connection with the guests. We didn't get a ton from him this episode, like as far as socially, but really funny, quick-witted guy, very likable. Wasn't afraid to embarrass himself on the job. Like we said that could have gone wrong.
Yep.
All the stuff with the dildo. Like not all gay guys I don't like are going to be into that, like on a charter. I don't know, but
Yep.
This guy Billy was. Love his dynamic with the rest of the interior, particularly Natalia. So I picked Kyle. My honorable mention was Storm because it just seems like that guy already owns the boat.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I picked Storm. So he went from just a deckhand to now he's like second in command on boat docking. And I mean, he's already making some headway on Natalia. So guys, let's just give him a little round of applause here early in the season.
He's barely been there.
Yeah.
Right. He like halfway through a charter and just fits in right away. And everyone already loves him. Like Sandy's like, oh, I noticed how he's taking charge. Like you've seen him for like 3 hours.
Well, when you know, right? Sandy's always a good judge of everybody.
I think it's like branding himself well. His name is Storm. He's got the mustache. Is memorable. Yeah.
Sean, I'm gonna go first because I don't want you to steal it.
Okay.
Who lost the episode? I'm going with Jason.
Okay.
So I had Jason losing the episode because basically Storm just like replaced him. He had the opportunity to be Reagan's right-hand man, better or worse, right? Be like the lead deckhand basically. And the guy's just taking a backseat to Storm. And all Jason seems now is to be a guy who just complains and second guesses Reagan, which I know a lot of people on Twitter say they should be second guessing her, but he didn't exactly put him in a spot to be lead deckhand. And so most time on the boat, but less time being impressive, Jason.
John, you did steal mine. Yeah. Like you were right to go first.
Yep.
Yeah. Jason, just not much from him this week. I also don't, he's just a guy that's going to question everything Reagan asked him to do.
It's not a good look.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever been a manager like knows employees like this, and they are the worst. And if you can trust that with like Z, who's just like super respectful and like, even though he's like in his head kind of like, oh, does Reagan know what she's doing? But like outwardly, he's just like, okay, you tell me to do that, I'm going to do that. yeah, like I don't
Yep.
know, it's just everyone's worked with someone like Jason before, and it it just gets old super quickly. Um, and I just don't think he's gelling with the crew that well.
I don't think so either. I think he could be on his way out. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason didn't last the whole trip.
When geez, what's her name? Natalia. But by the way, Natasha wore glasses tonight too.
I tell you, one of them's got to be off glasses. This
Yeah,
is like, I just first off, I can't tell the difference. I can barely tell the difference between the two when they're not talking, and they I feel like I'm taking crazy pills watching the season a little bit. I've
yeah,
got Natasha, and then I've got Natalia who wears glasses, and then halfway through this episode wasn't wearing them. But Natasha, I swear they just changed glasses.
yeah.
It's the same pair. They
Oh,
probably have the same prescription.
I bet they did. Yeah, but I feel like Natalia when she was doing like a 3 word description of everyone, what'd she say about Jason? Uh, I think she was like making fun of him a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't really remember though. Oh, I wish I wrote it down, but
Yeah.
I feel
But
like I just don't
he
see him
just,
gelling with his crew that well.
I don't either. And like, I don't remember one shot of him at dinner so far.
Not really.
Right. Like I remember seeing things of Dave, Storm, Natasha, Natalia, even Z, who, by the way, took a solo smoke break for the first time ever in Below Deck history. I had to bring it up, Sean. That's unbelievable.
Daisy would never let that happen.
No, smoke breaks are for 3 or more, 2 or more, 3 or more. I don't know, but that just shows you maybe what we're in for this season.
I feel like Daisy would. It could be like her mortal enemy, and she'd do a smoke break with them.
Yeah. Well, this is a hybrid vote, Sean. So maybe they're taking that to heart and being
Not smoke.
environmentally health conscious. So, all right. So that we got our awards out of the way, Sean. Let's dive into the question of the week before we sign off here.
All right. So, as we know, when Billy departs, he calls out the exterior team. Was like, "Hey, the interior team was great. You guys are really slow putting out the toys and everything like that." And then Sandy calls him out too during the tip meeting. John, if you're Reagan and you're just told your department blew it during the charter,
Yep.
Are you still able to enjoy your night out? Like, are you able to kind of compartmentalize and still have fun, or are you just thinking about that all night?
I think 2 drinks in, I'm back to my usual self.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little downtrodden at the end of the day. I got a nice tip. Let's focus on that. And hey, we got tomorrow to figure things out, so maybe you can start, putting the seed in. Maybe, hey, Sandy, can we talk real quick or something? I feel like almost Reagan has like too much experience where like it would be odd if she went to Sandy. Now, this is just what she was saying, but yeah, I think she's got to turn it around and maybe blow off some steam tonight. But tomorrow morning, you better have a game plan.
Yeah, John, that's a very healthy way to look at it. John, my biggest fear in life is getting bad news or bad feedback before like a vacation or doing something I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Like that would have really killed all my spirits. I feel like knowing myself, if I'm going straight from work to like night out, I'm going to keep thinking about it. So I'd almost need like an hour or 2 hours or something of like either taking a nap or watching TV or like going for a run or working out to clear my head. Because I don't know. Otherwise, like I'd still think about it even when I was drunk too. That's why I shouldn't work on a boat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you really have to have a closer's mentality here. You have to have a pitcher's mentality to be on a boat. Don't worry about the last pitch. Don't worry about the last home run. You got to focus on the task ahead of you. So
yeah, that's 100%. Because if you don't enjoy these nights out, then you're not going to make it through the season.
Yeah. So good on Reagan to seemingly not giving a fly in about anything yet.
I think 1 year when Nico was like the lead deckhand, he was really hard on this guy Bruno during one charter, And it was really his only good moment during the season, but he tells Bruno like on the night out, like, hey man, you gotta have fun tonight. Like, don't worry about what I said to you. Like, you're still learning, but you have to enjoy tonight or it's just
Yep.
not gonna work out. Yeah, it's like a weird like mental toughness. Whereas it seems like you're like, yeah, like, you have to avoid your problems sometimes
Yep.
and
No,
have
100%
fun.
agree.
Yeah. I don't know if
So,
that would be something I'm great at, but maybe you learn it. I don't know.
yeah. So Sean, let's close it out here. As I said at the top of the podcast, I really do think that we've got some seeds here that we might be able to grow into a really good season. As you know, I'm always a little skeptical when it comes to med, but cautiously optimistic right now, man. And let's see what happens. I know you're live tweeting. I'm live tweeting. I don't even know the purpose of watching it when it airs on Bravo, because I feel like everybody's already watched it earlier on Peacock or Google TV. But hey, man, we're doing it with the Bravo fans. We're doing it at the time it's airing. If you're watching it before, please still download the podcast and listen to us. If you're watching at the same time, enjoy us live tweeting.
Yeah, everyone, check out Overboard on TikTok for all the Gen Zers out there, or the TikTok moms. But thank you so much for listening. Bon voyage.